Hello guys, welcome back to the class. In this class, we are going to learn phases in ethical hacking. In whatever field, whether you're conducting some medical operation or doing some research or developing some project, there is a standard procedure to follow because it yields a good result. As such, in ethical hacking or penetration testing, there are 5 phases to follow, or there are 5 phases involved in conducting penetration testing. Those 5 phases are reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and covering tracks. So let's discuss all these phases individually. Reconnaissance. For every work, there is a starting phase or a starting step where we prepare collecting necessary things that are required to start and complete the assignment or project. In ethical hacking, reconnaissance is a preparation or a preparatory phase where hacker gathers as much information as possible related to target. This information collected by the hacker could be like finding host or target IP addresses, IP address range, information about websites or from the websites, domain names, subdomain names, DNS records, network range, email addresses of staff or employees, old passwords, and most importantly disgruntled employees information, phone numbers, and so on. Usually hacker tries to map the network if the target is a network, and if the target is an application, then hacker tries to get information about the application like technology used to develop application, and if the target is a device, then hacker collects about the device information like device model, hardware information, software information, firmware information, etc. So basically reconnaissance is a information gathering stage. It is a preparatory stage where hacker tries to gather as much information as possible from all resources, from all places that he can. And then comes scanning. So scanning is a pre-attack phase where hacker tries to find quick ways to gain access to the target, and this is done by scanning the target IP addresses or networks. This is done by directly probing the target for live systems. Like in a network, there could be some live systems and there could be some systems off. So target probe directly, hacker probe directly target systems for live systems, and in live system then he scans for open ports or services running on the target, applications or softwares installed, and version numbers. And this is done to find the vulnerabilities or bugs that can be exploited in the next stage. Here we will use port scanners or vulnerability scanners to get information required that we just discussed. Here we perform vulnerability assessment, and we will talk much about these phases practically in the upcoming modules or upcoming chapters. And then next phase is actual hacking or actual exploiting the target phase. This phase is called as gaining access phase. From the previous phases, we have gathered and filtered the information that helps in finding the bugs or vulnerabilities, and that bugs or that vulnerabilities are exploited in this phase to hack or to gain access to that computer or compromise the target or network. Next phase is maintaining access phase. Now that you have hacked the target, if you have successfully compromised the target, whether it is a network or a machine, you can now maintain the target or maintain access to the target remotely by installing backdoors or like rootkits or trojans, and evil hackers will use these hacked systems for future attacks. When maintaining a hacked computer or a target, you are like a pseudo owner or a virtual owner of that hacked system. It means that you cannot touch but you can access it fully, and that hacked system is called as a zombie. And the final phase is clearing tracks. Clearing tracks or covering tracks is a phase where hacker tries to delete or modify or corrupt the log files on the hacked systems to not to get caught. Deleting the digital evidences of hacking attempts and hiding the presence of backdoors on the hacked systems, hacker can maintain the access to hacked systems for a very long time. If an admin of a network finds that his network or his servers or devices are hacked, then he or his company may approach police or law enforcement to raise the complaint. And if the normal user who is a techie like you or me, if he finds that his personal computer or a phone is hacked, then he or she may simply format the hard drive and reinstall the operating system. so that will break the access to hacker who is remotely accessing your computer or your network. So that is why hackers clear the tracks or clear the log files whenever they have successfully hacked into a target network or a system. So we will discuss more about these phases, as all these phases are ethical hacking course itself. Now in this slide, it's relating the 5 phases in terms of word exploitation. So reconnaissance and scanning is considered as pre-exploitation phase. So that is the information gathering phase or a pre-attack phase. So these two phases like reconnaissance and scanning are considered as pre-exploitation phase, and the gaining access is actual exploitation phase, and later phases maintaining access and clearing tracks are post-exploitation phase. So guys, in the next class we will discuss on-floor corporate approach on how penetration testing projects are handled in real time. Thank you for watching the video and do subscribe to the YouTube channel INSECTECHS. Have a great day.